recorded.
Just turned it on.
Hello, everyone. It's my fake hello because you just clicked go on the recording. I hope you're doing well. Um, I'm over here in Oregon on a farm. I have 6 cows, and I'm dairying myself to run a company, Real Plans, and also to have a dairy cow in a few months' time. I don't know if I've told you that yet, Katie, which will require 20 minutes of milking said cow twice a day for the rest of its life.
I have not.
And that does not include the 20-minute the time it takes to get it from the pasture into the
Yep.
to the bucket. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, that's happening in the next few months. Hope everyone is well, and I wondered if you could write in the little chat here, click on the little chat icon, and tell me whether or not you are doing a Whole30 or not, and then I can swing the conversation in various ways, or just unmute yourself and say hi and tell me. Let's have a look. Low FODMAP for me. Hi, Linda. How you doing? Anyone else want to chime in? I can adjust my primal paleo. Hello, Heidi. How you doing? Thank you for joining. Let's wait for a third person to write something. Here we go. Classic healthy. Need carbs for running. Ooh. Running's good. And paleo. Good. Okay, so we've got like a smorgasbord of diets and stuff like that. So I'm going to direct it in that way. So welcome to Real Plans, and thank you for taking on this extra step of hanging out. My name's Anthony. I'm joined by Katie. I'm the CEO and developer, and I've been on this project from the beginning, dreaming it all up. With many great people. And Katie is the Chief Operating Manager and will be answering questions if you have any on the chat while I present. So I wanted to just take a few minutes to, first of all, just go straight into it so we don't spend too long doing chat and more doing. I'm going to share my screen right now if I can. Let's see if I can share this desktop here. There we go. So I'm now sharing my screen. Katie, can you see it okay?
I can.
Okay, cool. And there's my face as well. So you can see my face and Real Plans at the same time. How's that? Is that working?
This.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, so this is Real Plans, as you well know, and I'm also going to put it onto a mobile screen as well, so you can see how that works. And you can see how, oh, if it'll connect to my computer, there we go. Okay, there's my own cell phone, and there's the screen. So there are two ways of getting into Real Plans. You've got a mobile app, and this works on your iOS and also Play Store. So if you're Android, Google phones, that's that. And then this is the desktop version. So both of these will work in tandem, so they update each other. If you change something on one end, you can do the other, and invariably you can do pretty much most of the functions on both things. The mobile really is designed, if you click on this little, oh, hang on, let me just do a little screen management here. You can just see the the shopping cart here. So if you click on that shopping cart, it'll get you. I've already here we go. It'll have a list of things, and that's a good way of going to the store and finding everything you need. But how about figuring out what you're going to plan and how you're going to go about doing that? Well, there's really two ways of doing this. One is to let Real Plans create an automated plan, and that's the default way right now of kind of making that happen. So you will have answered some questions and everything else, and you can go and create an automated plan where we make some suggestions. You can also just do it manually and just go and have a look at, how to do stuff. I'm going to start there actually. I'm just going to go and deal with that. So first of all, you guys have created a diet. So if I go to settings, and in this case, I'm doing a Whole30 meal plan, but I'm going to turn it off because there's no one mentioned Whole30, so I'm going to turn this thing off. This just happened to be my default setting right now. I did a Whole30 in January, and I stopped eating sugar this year, which is pretty amazing. My kids still can't believe it. Okay, so I'm just going to go random. I'm going to go paleo. And in here, you can change the options about if you're doing an automated plan, how many you want to do it. But I'm going to keep it super simple. I'm just going to say 2 dinners with some leftovers. Don't give me any lunches or breakfasts. Okay. I'm going to keep moving my face around like that. There we go. So save that. Update my plan. So this means that Real Plans is making some suggestions based on your diet and what you set up for yourself, and it just comes up with some interesting kind of ideas for you. This Mushu pork, this is a nom nom paleo, pretty good. It took me an hour to create it, but man, was it good. Now, this is now your diet, and you can just go and go, okay, look, here's an entree. You can check out all the entrees here. You can do the same, of course, on your mobile phone. You can filter on that too. But you can then take food and you can drag it onto your plan, like so. And you can then add some sides. You can either just click into the recipe and we show you some sides that may work for you. Maybe some asparagus here like that. You can go back in again. Maybe you want to add something else. So there's lots of different ways. Maybe I'm going to do some cauliflower too. So you can quickly create meals like that. And then of course that will, with your shopping list, do you know what? I'm going to remove my talking head because there we go. You can also then click on the shopping list and it'll give you all of the ingredients, of course, for this meal that you just created. Now, this way of doing things means that you have total control. Even if you have an automated plan, you can just remove it like this, or you click in the hamburger on the mobile app and just clear all the recipes. You can just get rid of a plan and just start like that if you want real control over how you want to do stuff. And in here, what we're doing is we're showing you various recipes that fit within your diet, your exact diet. Now, if you're wanting to create more, let's say that you look at this and you're like, oh, well, I'm not into kind of mustardy things and, I'm not into this and that. You can go back into settings and really refine your diet. So I'm going into settings, my meal plan, diet and schedule, and I can do advanced dietary restrictions. And in here, I'm able to do one or two things. I can either just exclude a particular food group, or I can exclude entire ingredients. So in there, I just mentioned mustard. So let's go and have a look at anything mustardy. There we go, a whole bunch of mustard in here. I can select all of that and I can move that over. So now that's part of my excluded ingredients. Again, you can do this on the mobile too. So now I've got a paleo exclusions, essentially, which is a bunch of food groups. And I've also decided as well, and I was messing around with the coconut oil as well in my account. And I created a diet that's meaningful to me. And I think it's important to understand just, how powerful that is inside of Real Plans, because what we're doing now is we're splitting out all of the recipes that you're subscribed to in those that you can eat or want to eat and those that you don't. And don't be afraid in here to exclude things that are just a matter of taste and not just a matter of a dietary restriction or something you have an allergy to or what have you. You can really kind of set that up. And when you save that diet, it's now going to go, all right, well, we now have, a meal plan that has mustardy things in it. So we really should remove those. So you can update the plan, it'll overwrite it again, and it'll now create, some different things that aren't going to have the mustard in there. And you'll notice that now this kind of the mustard options have disappeared from my recipe box. So that's a kind of a quick and easy way of figuring out what you aren't wanting to eat, which leaves you with lots of ideas about how you want to eat. You can go over to the recipe box as well and have big, glorious, pictures of recipes that'll come in and show you, and this might get you even more inspired. The bottom line is what we're trying to do the whole time here is we're trying to inspire you to eat good food, right? We're trying to make it so that this thing, um, look, it just keeps flicking around. We're trying to inspire you to cook really good food, and to come up week after week with things and to make it easier. So this is part of the inspiration part of maybe getting you out of a cooking rut, maybe showing you some options of things that you can eat once you've kind of got your diet squared away, and you can just go ahead and go and get whatever you need. So, and there are some really cool options in here. So let's go back to entree again, because this is kind of the starting point when you're designing a meal. So you got your entree, and there's lots of really good, you know, options down here. Show me everything that's 15 minutes or less to make, so that I want things that are quick. Show me things, and you can go and have a look through all of these. Asian chicken thighs, this looks pretty good. I'm gonna view that and have a look at it and go, all right, yeah, I can make that. I've got all of these usual suspects sitting in my fridge. This is, by the way, coconut aminos, fish sauce. I don't do the honey right now, but a little bit of sesame oil. This is my go-to thing. It's a very nom nom paleo-ish. I'm a big nom nom paleo fan. This is a great way of tarting up whatever you've got going on. It's a wonderful way of making things just taste good. So you can look at that recipe and go, yeah, this is a pretty awesome thing that I want to do. And you can click actions inside the recipe, or you can just click schedule here, and you can put it in. I'm going to have that for Wednesday for dinner, and I can schedule it. And I can stay in the recipe box if I want, and I can keep scheduling stuff. You can change out the course too. So you can say, well, show me all the side dishes. Maybe I want to have a look at, a whole bunch of stuff. Baked sweet potatoes, always good. I have that on Wednesday as well. And I'll have that with my my other recipe. So I can go to the meal planner now, and I can go and check out, what I got up to. So you can also minimize here, and you can have a look to see what you did. Now I already had some orange glazed ham. I'm going to have that on the Tuesday night. So look, I'm moving around. I'm just generally showing you have total control over this. And by the way, if you don't know what these kind of yellow things are, these are leftovers. So what I defined in my settings when I was wanting to have a meal plan automatically scheduled was that I wanted some leftovers. What that means is we're saying, in terms of the quantity of the ingredients, we're saying buy double. That's what you're saying. So you're going to have you need this many pounds of ham as opposed to 2 pounds of ham. And so over here you can see this is a kind of leftover portion. And I've got my meal plan set up for a couple right now. So I'm basically cooking for 4 people every time, but I'm having one leftover that'll serve 2 people. So, and there's those 2 pounds there. And you can easily, let's say that the chicken thighs is something I want to make a leftover too. You can, in the mobile phone, you can just kind of take that and you can drag that and say, let's have that for Friday night as well. And you can create a leftover from that too. So you see here how I'm now creating a leftover like that. These 3 little dots on anything mean that you can also make leftovers in that way too. You can pull in a recipe from that's prior in that same week. So these are all ways of manipulating your plan, and really we want you to have sovereignty over this plan and to be able to set things up however you want. I think there's 2,000 recipes in total in meal plans once you put in your kind of dietary restrictions. So the paleo here, you've got like 1,500 recipes. And we're showing you here, so if I go to entree, you've got 609 entrees here within the diet. that you can pick from. And you can also say, well, actually, I want, let's have a look at some beef. I haven't got any beef yet. There we go. And now you've got 136 beef entrees. And each of these recipes, we photographed ourselves, we internally in Real Plans, we checked them all out, and we made sure that they were actually delicious and that all of the ingredients square up with everything else, so that when you go to the shopping list, so here we go, I've set up my week, I'm now going over to my shopping list, then everything is going to tie out correctly. Now you'll notice my shopping list, as well as having ingredients for all of the things that I'm going to be cooking, it also has this buy this every week. So this is my actual buy this every week stuff right now. Check it out. I've got some Whole30 stuff, I've got some ghee, I've got some coconut oil, and it doesn't mean that I'm buying coconut oil every week, it means I'm just checking to make sure that I've got coconut oil in my pantry each week. So I walk around, I have this shopping list, and before I go to the shops, I go to my pantry in the kitchen, open everything up and have a look to make sure to see what I already have, because maybe I don't need to get, more sesame oil or what have you. And I know that some people's brains are all set up and know exactly their inventory, but mine doesn't work quite like that. I kind of know how much butter we have at any given point, but I like to have that information to hand when I'm actually in the shops because it saves money. You can also get all of your ingredients or anything that you still have to check off. So let's say that, I've already got coconut oil, I've already got sesame oil. I'm not going to use the macadamia nut oil. I'm just going to use something else for that. Too fancy for me, that ingredient. So you can go and you can kind of check all this stuff off. And of course, I'm doing this on a laptop, but you can totally do this on your phone as well. It'll all kind of, update on your phone. Now, having got all of this, you can then shop it on Instacart. You can shop on Amazon Fresh. And you can also add ingredients. So let's say that there are things that, like I've shown you here, you want to buy something every week. You can, in here, put in any ingredient you want. You can even make up your own ingredients. Real Plans will add that to just your account. You can say, make sure that I have, every week, I have 6 bananas. There we go. So that now adds to your shopping list, and there it is. There's my buy 6 bananas every week. And that will make sure that I'm checking to see if I have bananas, and they usually are gone. It's like one of the first things the kids dig into, together with the nut butter. And then you can go to the shops and get that stuff. There's a lot more functionality here in terms of managing the shops and saying where you're getting various things, and you can print things out and everything else. But this is kind of essentially what Real Plans is about: creating a diet for yourself that makes sense and that includes not just dietary restrictions, like common ones, maybe your low carb, your paleo, or low FODMAP, etc. But you also can add additional ones, and especially for the low FODMAP piece, you can add things. You can say, I'm low FODMAP and I don't eat pork, which is, phenomenal if this is something that you're trying to kind of figure out for yourself. You can also, at any point, kind of customize Real Plans to your own liking. So you can do things like one of the unique reasons we're positioned, in the marketplace with other meal planners is that we have all of these amazing deals with some top flight recipe contributors. So you can add any of these recipes to your plan as well. This is content. The commission mainly goes off to the content providers. So that's why we actually charge for them, because this is basically like downloading, all 226 available recipes that fit my plan, by the way. This is 226 This is not talking about any mustard in Paleo OMG recipes. This is so you can actually see how many recipes are really available when you download them. And you can subscribe to additional ones too. And also, back onto that content thing, you can also import recipes too. And we're constantly working on making this import as amazing as we can make it. But mainly, basically, you put in a URL and import, and it'll import that recipe as best as it can and grab the ingredients and the how to prepare so that you can use it for yourself. To find recipes, let's just clear clear all of these filters that I've set up. To find recipes that you have put in yourself, in here you'll find imported by you here. So this is, if you click that, that will show you all of the recipes that you have imported. And you can have a look at other recipes that you have other recipes that you subscribe to. So maybe you just want to have a look at Nom Nom Paleo's recipes and check them all out. You can do that. And you can create a plan just full of Nom Nom Paleo recipes if you like. And that will create the shopping list and do everything else that you need to do. So that really is kind of a first overview of Real Plans. In terms of like hacks or tips and tricks of doing this, really it's about getting that diet set up. But also you can put anything you like into here. So let's say you've got some leftover carrots or something like that, and you can just put carrot into here, and it'll show everything that has carrot as an ingredient in here. So you can mess around with cumin roasted carrot. What's that all about? You can roast some carrots with some cumin. Boom. Oh, that's an interesting thing. Let's do that. So you can find different ways of treating your ingredients if you're running out of, space or kind of you're in this cooking rut and doing the same thing over and over again. And I think what's kind of exciting is when we use Slack for our communications internally, and we have this channel called Love. And every time that someone gives us a compliment or something, we stick it into the Love channel, and everyone in the team gets all fired up because it's like rocket fuel. Because you realize that with all the work that we're doing, we're making a difference. We're actually helping people. One of my favorite testimonials was this old lady who, she said, "I'm in a cooking rut. I was in a cooking rut, and then I started using Real Plans, and I liked my cooking so much that I now invited all my friends around to share the food with me." I love that. This is pre-pandemic. It's about 3 years ago now, but how cool is that? That she got inspired sufficiently that she wanted to share her food, and she was mainly cooking for herself and cooking the same things. So I hope this little presentation inspires you and gets you kind of moving and exploring stuff. Katie, how are we doing?
We're doing great. I don't think we have any questions so far that you haven't covered.
Oh, wonderful. So I'd probably just want to add one more thing. We have some stellar support. We keep Real Plans as up to date in terms of documentation as possible. So I just clicked on the little question mark here, and then you can see some videos, and it'll kind of explain what we've got going on. And also down here, you've got support, and you can say things like, how do I import a recipe? And then it'll say how to import a recipe. And you can also leave a message as well. So if you leave a message using kind of Zendesk, it's a pretty awesome support system. And one of our staff will get back to you pretty quickly. We have people covering the support line most of the time, and we get back to you via email super quickly to make sure that you are covered and that you feel supported. So, Katie, are we good?
I believe so.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for your time. And I trust that this was a helpful 25 minutes of your day. Take care.
Awesome. Y'all have a great day.